In this video, we're going to show you how you can enjoy Kathmandu's beautiful ancient Durbar Square areas, even if you don't have the money in your budget for a lot of touristic things. So come along as we explore the ancient Patan Durbar Square area without paying at all, and how to really get your money's worth if you do decide to see these sacred ancient temple sites as a paying guest. These tips will work for Kathmandu, Patan, and Bhaktapur's Durbar Square admissions. Today we'll be exploring Patan without paying. Many tourists travel on a budget, and some of them think paying to see Nepal's ancient city centers is a ripoff. Corruption. Who knows what they do with the money, right? Or maybe they think it's just too expensive. Maybe they think since these temples are so old, they surely must be paid for by now. Well, the reality is that they are very expensive to maintain, and UNESCO is still on the lookout for more sacred places to put under their care, so your donation will help with things like this. These ancient centers are surrounded by ancient neighborhoods with many temples and other interesting things, both Hindu and Buddhist. These temples, monasteries, and stupas may be a bit smaller, but there are many temples surrounding the ancient city centers, and they are really quite beautiful. What we did here was to go to the left at the admission booth, then take a right at the first place you can. You'll be exploring some very interesting ancient neighborhoods as you walk along. Please do not slip into the site from the back side street. Yes, you could do that, but you'll miss the interesting things along the way, so please don't. You'll also likely be met with someone who seems to come out of nowhere asking you to pay. That would really be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Just because you have a tourist visa doesn't mean you have the right to admission. Right? This is an act of stealing, so please don't do that. I know I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the other people that might have a propensity to do things like that. Anyway, for those who really do appreciate culture, you'll want to actually pay and enjoy the temples. You'll definitely want to come back again if you have time. How to be able to come back as often as you like without paying again? Well, just bring a copy of your passport and visa and 2 small passport-sized pictures. You need to do this when you pay the admission, so don't think you can just save the ticket for another day. Trust me on this one. It only works when you pay for your admission. So, back to the not paying tricks. There really isn't a problem with trespassing, so you're welcome to wander into these little back alleys as you come upon them. The people are amazingly friendly, so if you find someone who can speak English, they will be happy to tell you about the temple that you may be curious about. Discovering these ancient gems will be quite enjoyable. You'll see people living as they have for thousands of years, spinning thread, cooking for a community event, worshiping and such. You will also hear hammering. This is likely someone making a lovely brass statue or carving for the wood doors or windows, or for repairing the ancient temples. You may even find people preparing for a festival. Not only are there the normal festivals, but there are many ceremonies people do more privately. The people are so friendly and inviting, you may even be invited to attend. There are several restaurants you'll discover along the way with local Nawari delicacies, but be prepared for some spicy dishes. Momo, chatamari, laughing, Nawari dabat, and so many more items, and they're really super budget friendly. For dessert, you can try the yomari if you like. If you aren't a foodie, there are still usually a few dishes you'll enjoy on the menu. You can tell them not too spicy when you order, and sometimes that works. Back to the temple squares. How much money are we talking about? Well, Buddhist sites such as Bodhanath or Monkey Temple are much less expensive than the Hindu sites. Keep in mind that you'll also get a museum or palace visit included with your admission at these Durbar Squares. Patan Durbar Square and Kathmandu's Hanuman Doka or Durbar Square are around 1,000 rupee, or about $8. Bhaktapur is about twice as much, but it includes 3 temple areas and Pottery Square. If you want to see Bhaktapur, I really suggest you get a room there for a few days. Being in such an ancient place for a few days will be the highlight of your time in Nepal. Bodhanath and Monkey Temple are still around 400 rupee, or about $3.50. For some reason, the Buddhist sites seem to be less expensive and a bit cleaner. If you go after 7, you can get in without paying. The admission booth will be closed, and it's fine to go in anyway. Leave a like if you learned something, and if you're coming to Nepal, I hope you subscribe so you'll know a few more ways to enjoy this amazing country. If you haven't planted a tree yet this year, check out our new tree planting project in the description. See you next time.